Okay, so the next step is setting up your views. Views determine how you can view the list itself and the entries that have been made towards the list. And there are quite a few options for you to choose from. So once the list has been created, once you have added your fields in, we can go towards views. Under the view section, as you can see, we have only the all items view. And as mentioned before, this can be limited by permission role inside of the list main options. Okay, so if you don't want live chat agents or supervisors or members to access it and only admins, then you can basically hide it from those permission roles. Don't forget to press update, of course. If we go back towards not fields but views, then we can create a new view just by pressing plus add view. From here, we can give it a name. So let's say tickets. And let's say ticket, ticket, well, let's call it just tickets. That's fine for now. Under the layout, we have three different kinds. We can go with a table, a board, or a chart. And a table is, as it's mentioned, table from top to bottom. A board is more like a Trello board from left to right. And it's also similar towards the board feature that is native inside of each chatbot, right? And then we also have charts. So chart will show it in a more graph-like form, which could also be really useful for certain analytics of tickets as well, right? So if you want to have a chart for ticket versus created and resolved, then that is something that you can also do. You can also determine which fields that need to be shown during that process, and you can here you can drag and drop accordingly. I will leave everything check marked. Then we can say group by, and the group by for this one, I think I want to go with let's go with priority first, and we could also say ticket by priority. Priority. Yeah, that's right. And then we can go sort by, created at, or created at and then descending, right? Let's say created at. Auto refresh. Auto refresh basically allows you to keep the tab open for the views board and determine whether or not you want to have it auto refresh to see if new tickets in this case will be added towards this specific view. So you can leave it off, or you can say every 2 minutes all the way up to every 60 minutes. I will set it up to every 10 minutes. I think that's a good interval. And again, you can determine whether or not everyone gets to see this list or only certain permission roles. I will leave everything as is right now. You can also set up filters. So the filters will be based on either all the fields or otherwise the system settings here, as you can see. So last agent interaction, opted in for email, last seen, right? The issue description, assignee, and such. So you can also say priority, status, and so on. I will leave this off for now because you have multiple use cases you can set up with this, but just know that the conditions are there for you to use. If I say save right now, I will get a table overview. So let's say save. And now you will see a low, medium, high, and critical because I'm sorting by, as you can see, by priority, right? But if I go with status, it will show different kinds of tables. So then you will see new ticket in progress and resolved, right? So you can set up multiple views accordingly. So if I just edit this back to assign by priority, then you get a nice display this way. So if you want to change the layout, you can just go with boards, for example, and then say save. And then you'll get a more of a Trello board-like feature. The last option will be charts, and currently we don't have much to show, but you can also say chart settings. So you can have a custom title, new items, change log charts. That is also something that you can add towards this overview, right? Let's keep as is and let's save and let's see what we get. So here you will see current items by priority based on created date. So we have a low, medium, high, and critical, which are really nice analytics as well, right? And you can also change this to different variants. And this is a chart type uh, kind of display, right? So you have different kinds of chart types. Then you will also have, you can stack them accordingly. If you have data, you can stack them that way. So that is possible. And you can also download them as SVG file, PNG, or CSV. So you can create your own custom analytics, for example, in Google Studio or something like that. But you can see that you already have nice analytics overview per ticket. So that could also be a view that you might want to set up, right? We'll touch more based on this later on when we have some tickets created where you can see some ticket analytics that way. Let's say save. And now we have a nice overview tickets by priority. And we can also say add view. Let's call this tickets status, right? I might want to see the status. So let's go with a table this time. Group sort by status, sort by created ad, auto refresh 10 minutes, and we'll leave everything as is. Now we have a nice overview of the ticket statuses. So how many new tickets do we have? How many in progress? How many resolved, right? And that is also really nice if you want to have that in a chart form. So you can do it like this, for example. New tickets in progress, and then you have the resolve, and it shows in a nice colored format if you have tickets, of course. Let's keep it a table for now. It's a nice overview, but this is the way that you can set up views for or different kinds of views related towards your list. In this case, for ticket support. You can do the same for sales pipelines, project management, which we will cover in later videos as well as separate use cases.